Hey guys, this is a quick curriculum flip through for A.C.E. Math. This is grade level 3, page number 1025 to 1036. And I wanted to show you these real quick just to give you a general idea for those of you looking at curriculum, how the A.C.E. Math curriculum looks and how it works. So in each pace book is about this thick. It's kind of like a magazine consistency. And they each have a test, which is in the middle of the book. I'm using one hand. There's the test. Before you give the new pace, you take the test out and you put it in either a separate binder or a test folder, whatever storage solution you have for your test. And they can begin their pace work. They just put their name and you put the date you issue there. Each pace, this is the first pace, and the goals are to review addition, to review subtraction, to work word problems, to review add and carry, to review borrow and subtract. They learn the verse, and they work on their character trait. Each book has a different verse and the different character trait. And so this book starts with page 1, simple addition. And each week we'll have the end of week quiz called a checkup to give them an idea of what they know, what they don't know. As the parent, you can grade the checkup, and the system's designed where they score their work throughout the week, or this is how I do it. Some parents prefer to score everything, but the idea of A.C.E. is to allow your child to work independently as possible. So normally I'll let mine score their weekly work, and for her I'm going to do the checkup. My older one, I just score the self-test. I let her do her own checkup scoring. Really, you can use it however you want to. So we're moving on, we're counting by 4s, counting by 2s, writing 3s to 30, 4s, 5s, and this sets up a good lead into multiplication. We're writing the 100s, 10s, and 1s. And within the paces, everything is self-instructed where they can open it and go. So that's an idea. And then the self-test is on the back. Once they complete the self-test, if they have 90% or higher, they can take their final test. That was 1025. Then they would get 1026. Open 1026 and just review the goals for this pace so you'll know kind of what the curriculum itself has. They're learning to count 501 to 600, to add and to carry, to borrow and subtract, to work word problems, to learn how to multiply. And these goals and the character trait and their verse, they will read to you, and then you initial. And throughout the booklet, you'll have different spots that the students should use Math Builder or addition and subtraction flashcards as a daily drill, and you can find those on A.C.E.'s website for that Math Builder program. And this is just where you initial as their supervisor, stating that you have read, and it gives a chance for you to correct them if needed. This is 1027. They're learning to count and write by 1000s, to count and write from 601 to 700, to learn thousands place value, to add and subtract ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, to add and to carry, borrow, subtract. They're reviewing multiplying 2s, and now they're learning how to multiply 0s and 1s. Memory verse and character trait. Let's kind of flip through. So now things are getting a little bit more complex here. It just kind of builds, each pace builds upon the previous pace, and it continues to move forward. And this is actually the test, which, like I said, you take the test out and you put that in your storage until it's time to give the test. Let's move on to 1028. They are subtracting large numbers, borrowing, count and write from 701 to 800, to add large numbers, to add and carry, to learn how to multiply 3s, to review multiplying 0s, 1s, and 2s. They have their memorization and their character trait to learn, and they're learning more in this book about multiplication. Keep moving forward. Gives them opportunities to practice their number writing, subtraction, word problems with subtraction. And this is a fun little spot for them to use some critical thinking skills and also to break away from some of the math problems. We're doing larger adding there, adding with carrying. There's a checkup. And page number 1029. We are adding to add or subtract. We're counting from 801 to 900. We're still adding and carrying to borrow and subtract to learn how to multiply fours, to review multiplying zeros, ones, twos, and threes. So it's very mastery based. It'll continue on reviewing other concepts that they've learned in previous paces here and there, and they have little fun spots for them to color and do the dot to dots to help them really nail the counting mastery there of the larger numbers. And the test is still in the middle, so it's very colorful. The curriculum, that's one thing I like about the curriculum. There is a color the picture. There's a supervisor. Remember the supervisor initial spots for you to check their work, because there may be a new concept. They just want to make sure you check that and that they understand. And this is, can you write the answers fast? And so you have the supervisor do some timed multiplication. And that's kind of what's on the self-test there on the back. Moving on to 1030. Oops. To borrow and subtract, to learn about numbers, sentences, and words. Sentences to count and write from 901 to 1000. To add 4 numbers. To learn to copy problems in columns and add. To review multiplying zeros, ones, twos, threes, and fours. To learn how to multiply fives. To work word problems. Your verse, your character trait. So I wanted to give you guys a real good in-depth look of what each PACE covers in the 3rd grade curriculum. You have more dot to dots. Aww. Writing number sentences. Okay, we're at PACE 1031. The goals are to add and carry 2 times, to learn about Roman numerals, to review multiplying, to learn how to multiply sixes, to read a graph and chart, to borrow 2 times and subtract, to work word problems, the verse, and your character trait for this book. Writing missing numbers. Roman numeral dot to dot. Memorization of multiplication facts. And I do think the Math Builder program from A.C.E, I have not tried it yet, but I've heard other people really talk about how that helps a lot with their multiplication memorization. So you might want to check that out. They also have Readmaster for the exact PACE numbers your child's working on. Coincides with the curriculum. So Readmaster will help just solidify some reading principles that they're learning in their English and word building. So that was Math 1031. Let's go to 1032. The goals for this book is to learn about shapes, to review numbers that tell which one, to learn about sets, to compare numbers greater than, less than, to review multiplying, and to learn how to multiply sevens. Here is you have your memory verse and your character trait. And the verses will get more full. I do want to make a note of that. The verse that seems short in this grade, but as they grow older, they add more words from that verse in there. Learning about ordinal numbers still. Learning about sets. The greater set, less, greater than, less than. In this pace, the goals are to learn to multiply 8s, to review multiplying 0s, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, to learn to divide by 2, to add and carry, to learn addition and subtraction charts, to check subtraction by addition. You're learning the memory verse, your character trait. There's the test in the middle of the book. Even and odds, add and carry, get into some division by groupings of 2. Okay, that's 1033. To add columns of 4 numbers, to add and to carry 2 or 3 columns of 4 numbers, to work word problems, to learn to multiply 9s, to review multiplying 0s, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, and 8s, to learn to divide by 3. And here is the instruction. And another thing you'll see throughout PACES is the character trait development. Little comic strips in each book. See, like, just for a quick example, respectful, to love and respect people who help me to do right. And then wait, J. Michael. We let Mother go first. Thank you, Father, for reminding me. It's teaching him to be respectful. So those are in each weekly lesson. Here's some more about in church we must sit still and be quiet. Wait, I will wait to get a drink. Okay, so I just wanted to share that. And if you're familiar with the program, you probably already knew that, but if you're just looking at ACE, I like that about the curriculum. That was page 1034. We're almost through. My goals. This is 1035. To write addition and subtraction problems using a number line, to add and to carry, to borrow and subtract, to work word problems, to learn about 1/2, to tell time, to review multiplying 0s through 9s, to divide using a number line. Tactful in your verse. I'm just going to kind of flip through. Using Froggy on the number line. Character trait. This is very open and go. They can get started, and I always like to just make sure they're staying on their goals during the day and then helping them with anything that they might not understand. But for the most part, I love A.C.E. because I can do this curriculum. It's easy to implement. We have a busy life, so yeah, self-test. 1036, and I think this is the last one for 3rd grade math. Goals is to count coins, to add and subtract cents, to work word problems about money, to measure length, weight, and liquids. And your verse with your character trait, of course. Penny, nickels, dimes, quarters. You're adding the change, putting over here the answer. the self-test. At the end, reviews the entire pace. And like I said, the self-test, if they get 90 or above on that, they're ready to take their final test. So once they've completed the final test, if they pass it, then they can move on to the next pace. If they don't pass it, you're supposed to reorder the one pace and have them repeat it. I use the curriculum how I like to use it, and if there is something that they don't pass on the test, if they don't pass the test, then I will go over, we will review until they understand what they didn't miss, because most of the time they barely miss it, you know, and I don't feel like they should have to repeat everything they've learned. I feel like we should identify the exact problems and not waste time and waiting on more paces to come, because that can sometimes take a couple weeks and they get behind waiting for that pace. So that's how we do it if they fail a final test. But everybody has their own ways, and I hope this video has been informative. If so, please like and share it. And if you guys have any questions about 3rd grade math, post in the comments below. Let me know what you think, if this was helpful. If you like this video and want to see more videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll be posting more curriculum flip throughs like this, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you.